Kawasaki Heavy Industries made an indelible mark on the world motorcycle scene back in 1972, with the unveiling of its 1973 Z1 model. The Z1 broke new ground as the first Japanese bike with a transverse mount 4-banger, and it's widely recognized as the island nation's first liter bike with a 903cc engine and thrilling performance for everyday riders. The motorcycle field at the time had been shaped, first by Honda 1968 CB750, then by Kawi's own two-cycle triple the reknowned Mach 3 in 1969. Those two bikes set the stage for the emergence of the Z1. This heralded the age of the universal Japanese motorcycle, and also marked the potential competition that the burgeoning Japanese motorcycle market would pose to the status quo. American and European manufacturers were all well established, but the Z1 would represent a very real threat from the East, mainly due to its 900 Super 4 engine and affordable price tag. The Z1 is the quintessential UJM cruiser with a full cradle frame and transverse 4-stroke and 4-banger engine. Chrome and polished aluminum feature prominently across the design, starting with the bright steel in the laced rims and chrome front fender that rides between polished fork sliders and chrome inner fork tubes. The hard and shiny finish continues into the tripletree and cyclops headlight housing with a chrome handlebar to finish out the front end. The round mirrors along with their standoffs provide a bit of contrast with a blackout paint job. A 4-gallon teardrop tank establishes a gentle drop in the flyline to the pattern-stitched bench seat. Stock passenger footpegs and a grabstrap join with a chrome JC rail to complete the pillion's accommodations. A straight rear fender carries the taillight and plateholder underneath, and the latter doubles as a mudguard extension to contain the spray from the rear hoop. Mid-mount foot controls and mid-rise handlebars put the pilot in a comfortable upright riding position, another endearing hallmark of the UJM genre. Tubular steel members make up the full duplex, double down tube or double cradle frame with a yoke-style swing arm to finish off the main structure. As was typical for the time, the front forks are right way up and non-adjustable, and the dual coilover shocks out back have the obligatory spring preload adjustment as the only suspension adjustment. At 59 inches long, the wheelbase places the Z1 in the full-size cruiser subcategory. Laced wheels round out the rolling chassis, and while the stock machine rolled with a 290mm hydraulic disc brake up front and a 200mm drum out back, a second disc and caliper combo was available as an accessory item. Compare that to the all-around disc brakes, stock dual front discs, and ABS feature on the modern version, as well as the inverted forks and hidden rear monoshock. Originally, the Z1 was to have a 750cc mill, but Honda's CB750 forced Kawi to make some adjustments. In the end, the air-cooled engine wound up with both a 66mm bore and stroke for a square layout, and a 903.2cc total displacement. It rolled with both a kicker and push-button starter. Babbitt bearings supported the overhead cams, while roller bearings were used in the bottom end, as the latter were considered superior for the high loads on the crankshaft. A bank of 4 carburetors controlled the induction, which made it more difficult to tune than the American and British twins. But that's the trade-off for the power that the inline 4 brought to the table. The mill produced 81 horsepower at 8,500 revolutions per minute, backed up by 54 2-pound-feet of torque. A 5-speed transmission and chain-type final drive turned out a top speed in the 130 to 132 mph range. This made it faster than its Occidental counterparts, which is yet another factor that endeared the Z1 to the masses and helped to catapult Japan into the frontrunners of worldwide motorcycle performance, a position it still enjoys to this day. The modern-day Tribute is understandably more modern with a 948cc engine, slipper-style clutch and traction control. Plus, it's a bit gruntier with a claimed 72 3-pound-feet of torque at 6,500 revolutions per minute. The 1973 Z1 originally rolled for $1,895 in the US market, which placed it decidedly on the affordable end of the spectrum, especially compared to the Harley-Davidson Sportster and MV Agusta twins of the era.